Hey, it's Kaero. Welcome back to the channel. We are in Mythic. We're doing standard best of one. We're using an Esper Aggro build. Cut a couple cards, cut two Brutal Cathars out of it, and I replace them with two Fading Hopes. Otherwise, this is going to be like your standard run-of-the-mill Esper Aggro. It's performing very well so far. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm happy with the results. Let me run through the deck list with you. If you don't want to see that, hit the description below. You can hit a timestamp, go straight into the games. Also, if you want this deck list and you want to build it, there's going to be a deck list below. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and subscribing. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. All right. So as I said, we have two Fading Hopes in the lower end here. For 1 blue mana, return target creature to its owner's hand. This is basically like our tempo play. So if we have an opposing Brutal Cathar or something that takes one of our creatures, we bounce it, preferably when they attack in. We get that thing back. Sometimes you can ambush one of their creatures with an unexpected block, and you can turn combat to your side of the table. Also, just good for bouncing like huge things. If they pay 6 or 7 mana, just bounce it right back up to their hand, and often that's enough to be able to get in with your creatures and finish them out. For Hopeful Initiate, the 1-drop 1/2 with training. So every time you attack with this with another creature with greater power, it gets a +1/+1 counter. You can also tap 3 mana to remove 2 +1/+1 counters from any creature that you control and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Keep in mind you can do that at instant speed, so you can attack with this and then do it before their blockers are declared or after or whatever. So you don't always have to do this on your turn. This thing gets big, and we have a lot of counters in this deck to be able to use that ability. Excuse me. Speaking of counters, Luminarch Aspirant. 2-drop 1/1, the All-Star of Zendikar Rising. At the beginning of combat, put a +1/+1 counter on any creature you control. Another 2-drop, Sun Gold Sentinel. 3/2, good beefy 2-drop with the 3 power. If it's unblocked, that adds up quickly. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can exile a target card from a graveyard. Very useful for getting rid of cards like Memory Deluge, anything with flashback, etc. And then Coven, you can tap 2 mana. If you control 3 creatures with different powers, you can give it hexproof from the color of your choice till end of turn. It can't be blocked by those creatures. Often you'll do this in response. If your opponent's not thinking about it, they try to remove it with a Infernal Grasp or whatever, Raven Feeblement, whatever removal. Tap it, give it hexproof, or tap 2 mana, give it hexproof. Blow out the removal there. Mina Harker is nothing more than an alt art. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. 2/1 first strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. That doesn't affect us too much, except for the Fading Hope and the Wandering Emperor. Those are the only 2 non-creature spells that we have. 2 Brutal Cathars. See this in almost every white-based aggro deck, including Boros. 3-drop, comes in as a 2/2, grabs an opponent's creature, and then at nighttime it flips over to a first strike with ward pay 3 life. Very good card. 3 Elite Spellbinders. We use this for getting damage in the air and conniving like crazy when you have Raffine out. This thing can hammer damage in if they don't have any way to block it. It also taxes a spell from their hand, costs 2 more to play, and often that can put a wrench in your opponent's game plan. Very good card. Adeline Resplendent Cathar. This is one of the only spells in here, besides Wandering Emperor, that costs 2 white. So remember that when you're laying down lands on turn 1 and 2. And you have Adeline in your hand, you want to make sure that you have 2 white. It's a star 4 vigilance. Its power is equal to the number of creatures that you control. When you attack, you make a 1/1 white human that's tapped and attacking. And you can either send that at the opponent's face or a planeswalker that they control. Awesome card with a high toughness. Good for avoiding meat hook massacres and other things. Raffine Scheming Seer, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black, 1/4, again with the high toughness, good for evading meat hook massacres and blocking in combat on turn 3. If your opponent attacks with a Sunrise Cavalier or something that's a 3/3, like a Werewolf Pack Leader, no problem blocking that. It also has Ward 1, and when you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So if you're able to have an Elite Spellbinder out with Raffine, you attack with both of them in the air, all of a sudden you connive X on one of these creatures, draw 2, discard 2, and then it gets a counter for each non-land card that you discard. That adds up very quickly. Wandering Emperor, awesome card from Neon Dynasty. 4-drop, sometimes 5 if we have Thalia out, so remember that. Good for flashing in as removal, gaining you a little bit of life, or creating tokens, or buffing up your creatures with even more counters and giving them first strike. Terrific card. We run 2 in here. Obscura Interceptor. This card seems to be like a little bit overcosted when you look at it, and especially kind of hard to cast, but this value is insane. If you can establish a board presence between turn 1, 2, and 3, and you hold this in your hand, say you're even at parity, right? So you have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, they have the same. You're kind of sitting here at parity, especially against another aggro deck like Boros Aggro. You can flash this in, return their 4-drop or 5-drop or whatever to their hand. Then all of a sudden you have a 3/1 lifelink that can either be used to block one of their creatures, or you can just simply take all that damage. Then when you have Raffine out, you can connive this for like 2 or 3, and all of a sudden it's like a 5/3 lifelink. So in aggro matches, this thing really stumbles, makes the opponent stumble, because all of a sudden you're hitting back, you're gaining 5 and 6 life on the next turn on the hit back out of nowhere. Very good card. Land Suite, Cave of the Frost Dragon, Iganyo, Seat of the Empire. This is for removal. Don't forget that you can also use this on blocking creatures. So if there's a creature that you want to remove, you may attack with 1 or more things than you normally would. See if they make that block that you want them to, and then you can kill that creature in response. Otawara Soaring City, 4 mana bounce. Bounces not only creatures, but enchantments, planeswalkers, and artifacts. So to use this to the best of its ability, keep those in mind. They can bounce more things than just creatures. Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 3/3 Black Beholder creature for 4 mana. To activate this, it comes in as Menace, and then it exiles a target card from a defending player's graveyard. Much like Sun Gold Sentinel, good for graveyard hate. 4 Deserted Beach, 4 Hingegate Pathway, 4 Bright Climb Pathway, 3 Shattered Sanctums, 1 Shipwreck Marsh, and the other version, or the main version of this deck that you'll see out there, runs 4 Raffine's Tower. I don't like that. I want to run 3. I don't like having tap lands that I have to play on turn 3 when I have all these meaty things that I want to be able to play. So I haven't had a problem with the mana base. I don't think you will either. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thanks for the support, and I will see you next time. Okay, what do we have here? We have 4 lands, 5 lands, and a Hopeful Initiate and Mina Harker. Okay. We'll take it. We'll trust the deck to give us something. Go planes first. Get our Initiate in there training, and then Mina Harker. Ooh, Ruin Crab. Alright, I see you, Ruin Crab. Let's tax the spells. No attacks, because that would be pointless. Another Ruin Crab in a land. My goodness. And a Courtyard sacked. Off to a great start. There's a green land, so we know that this is the Teamer version. So let's get this going. Thank you. Quite the meat shield they've got going there. Let's see what they block with. They block there and there. They throw the Ruin Crab back. So we're going to be down to 29 cards after this other land fall trigger resolves. Still at 19 health, so not super promising, especially when we draw a land. Let's see here. We attack, this trains. No reason not to go in. Surprised they made that block. Okay, apparently they couldn't get their mill stuff together, I guess. I don't know. They didn't have any red mana, so maybe they were either missing red mana for their mill stuff with, I assume they're running iterations in here, but maybe their plan was just to do it with creatures. Not sure, but good game. Alright, we're on the play. We have 2 2-drops, an Interceptor, and a Wandering Emperor. Not ideal, but we'll try to make it work. Put down a Deserted Beach first. Raffine's Tower. Alright, so this could be a mirror match. We're going to lead with Sun Gold. That way, if all goes according to plan, we'll have a 4-3 next turn. Dahlia could be interesting, too. Let's put this down on black. Get you going. Countered. Got it. So we're in a pretty good spot here. We have 4-drops, Obscura Interceptor. We don't want to see Raffine here. Announcement. Okay. Not too bad. Let's... Do we put our Raffine down? Make them deal with it? And then next turn have Obscura Interceptor come in? Or do we... Wandering Emperor? Probably not Wandering Emperor. Leave, and then we'll have to attack and leave the Emperor open to get killed. Just throw Raffine in. Start conniving. No. We have another Raffine. Get rid of her. Block there. What else could they be playing here? They have Wedding Announcement, so I don't think this is a true mirror. I think they have some form of Esper control. And I think they have a Wandering Emperor here. So we're going to go ahead and attack with everything. They're going to try to flash it in, and we'll Obscura Interceptor it back to their hand. That should be good. Nothing says Wandering Emperor like 4 untapped mana. I thought so. We don't need to. And Emperor. Back into the hand. Discard 2 cards. What do we want to keep? I guess we'll discard this land and we'll get rid of... Kind of want both of these. I think time for Mina Harker is over. Looking pretty good here. They do have the 1 mana to play for the ward now. So they can get rid of Raffine if they want to.
You'll be safer.
Get rid of Sun Gold since...
You are not much of a roadblock.
Okay. So we go Emperor, put a counter on Interceptor. Attack in with both, and then we connive on Raffine? Or do we attack him with both connive on Interceptor, and then That's what we do. We're going into the face. Conniving here. We'll discard that and the other Raffine. Okay, they take it. We have Otawara Soaring City. We also have a Wandering Emperor of our own. They cast another one. Wonder what they'll get rid of.
I've learned much during my travels.
They didn't even tick that up to put a counter on their token. We're gonna get rid of the Interceptor. Okay.
I am almost sad to see you go. Now, Miss Dunn, let your blade do the talking.
That has vigilance. Alright.
We've got the edge.
Let's go in here. Let's go in here. And we're gonna connive here.
Back to wandering.
And we're gonna hold up a Fading Hope. Cycling, good sign. 3 mana left. 3 mana left. Yeah! Got there. That Obscura Interceptor was clutch against the Wandering Emperor. If we didn't have that, I don't know. Good game. Okay, don't really like the look of this. Opponent's going first. I guess we have 2 tap lands. We need to really get some things down. So we're having to make a choice between getting a Hopeful Initiate, I guess, turn 2 before we even get that going. We can't keep that. There's no way. This looks better. So we have all 3 colors of mana here. We'll get rid of Raffine's Tower and we'll call it good. Black green, Valky. Okay. Tough. The initial plan here is to drop Raffine next turn, attack with this, connive it, make it a 4/3. Oh, they just made the Esper. Alright. Any other lands? No other lands. Wow, we have a pretty good opportunity here. Let's connive. We need that land. Time for Initiate, I think, to go. We need another... Let's see what they do here. Okay. Not risking Raffine for that. Null Priest. This has to be white for Emperor. And it's lifelink. Okay, they're good with that. Okay. We'll hold up Interceptor and Emperor. Gelatinous Cube. There's a battlefield. Exile target non-ooze. It leaves the battlefield. They can't take Raffine. They can take Sun Gold Sentinel. Then they'll pump the Aspirant and attack in, and we can Wandering Emperor -2 exile it, get our Luminarch Aspirant back next turn. Or we can just return it to their hand. That's fine. Let's do this now.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
See if they want to attack. We'll stop them from attacking at all. So we'll go make a token here.
Guards, to me!
It's a risky decision, but I'm hoping that it's going to work out.
I have got new moves to teach.
Trying to set up a trap here. Target creature fights. See if they want to fight now. They do. Didn't work out as well as I would hoped, but going in with both A. Alright, that's fine. Goodbye, Wandering Emperor.
Will cross again.
Okay, let's come in. Grab this. See where we're at now. They have a 2-drop removal spell. They can take care of Raffine, but other than that, it's gonna be done. I should have waited to play the Emperor, so I had a thought in my mind that I would play the Emperor. They wouldn't attack, and then I would be able to buff and then block in a certain way that's gonna trigger a chain reaction to get both of our things back. A little bit of a misplay there. Should have waited till it came in. Exiled it, playing a little bit too fancy. Alright, need to chill, get back to basics. But we ended up winning, so that's cool. Okay, we have turn 1 tap land, not a big deal. We're missing black. We need to get that probably by turn 3 would be preferable, but if not, we have a couple of things to fill in the gaps. So we're okay. right? So, alright, there's our black land. So, we need to make a decision here. Mina Harker or Luminarch Aspirant? Probably... They want to play a creature because of Kumano, right? They don't want to remove anything. So let's make them pay a price if they want to remove this by not getting a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Yeah, we're going to play the long game on this one. They do attack. Do we just take it? We take 4 and then we swing back at them and we connive and maybe deal 5 or 6 to them with lifelink? Yeah, I think that's the plan. Then we brutal Cathar that away. Connive here. Save it and play the Interceptor. Let's let them think that they're going to get a ton of damage in. This way we'll have 2 lifelinkers on board. If we're not dead this turn, there's absolute. I don't think there's any way they can come back. So we're going to take 10. Yeah, we're good with that. We're going to swing back with a ton of lifelink damage. Okay, got there. Yeah, so the Boros was just hitting us, and we're like, if we can just let him hit us, hit back with a bunch of lifelink, it's a matter of time before the Boros can't get the damage in. Good game, though. Alright, opponent's going first. 2 Raffines, don't really like that, but I like our our options here for 2 and 3 drops, so. Can't have it all. Blue. Ruin Crab. Second time we've faced that. Can't really do anything about it until turn 3, though. So they have plenty of time to milk cards from us. There's 6. I guess I should just count my blessings and make just count the blessings and make sure appreciate. Good lord, that they didn't have another Ruin Crab. All right, this Aspirant. We only see blue from them right now, though. And they had the ability to go get a mountain or a swamp, and they chose not to. Okay. Field of Ruin. Sacks to kill or destroy one of our lands. That could be a problem. We only have a basic plains in here. So, they destroy too many of them. Skyclave Relic. Interesting. Raffine, or do we get rid of the brutal, or do we get rid of the Rune Crab and just... Yeah, probably. That Field of Ruin out there, only us having one basic plains, I'm thankful that we have Raffine's Tower. Lithiform Engine. Copy target activated or triggered ability. I'm assuming they mean Ruin Crabs. Copy target instant or sorcery. They only have blue mana. This is a mana of any color. Okay, we're just locked and loaded here. Trying to get the damage in before this Lithiform Engine Relic Madness goes off. So they can't, like, board wipe, right? They only have one white or one black mana. As it stands right now. There was a plan there that I am absolutely certain that if they were fighting a slower deck or something, there was something that would have been absolutely disgusting if they would have been able to pull it off. Good game. What do we think about this? This is not great. We have to choose. So we can do a tap land on turn 1, miss our drop for Hopeful Initiate, and then go in with Mina Harker on 2, or Thalia. And then we can play Adeline turn 3. Or we can drop a Hopeful Initiate and then nothing on 2. Okay. Tough call. I'm making the call to drop Thalia turn 2. Angel Fire Ignitions? Alright. We don't have any removal. I wish we had instant speed removal, just do something in response to that. What do we take here? They have 2. I guess we take the Spellbinder. That way if we draw a removal spell or a Wandering Emperor or something, we take out the Brutal Cathar. Play to our outs here. Okay, in they come. We're good. Alright, let's get a removal spell. That's not a removal spell. Hang back. Chill out. Another Angel Fire will be coming in, I'm sure. Spellbinder. Well, we don't have anything to take. That's good. Now they really can't attack us too much. We really need a Wandering Emperor. We need it now. What we can do is this. going to cycle that Raffine's tower. We are going to lose this if we don't get removal. That hurts. So that means if we don't block here, they hit us for 10. See what our options are going to be. Another Adeline. Let's trample. Alright. We're stalling. A land. I was hoping a last-ditch effort to draw Fading Hope there. And I think that's going to kill us. If we were able to draw a Fading Hope there, we would be able to bounce that. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there's the ignition. Alright, good game. Got there. Alright, not too bad. I think it's like 4-1, 5-1 or something. So that's good. This deck is good. I like it a lot.